Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into a truly fascinating and, well, often challenging topic. We're looking at the intricate threads of karma, family legacy, and the deeply personal choices that weave through generations.
Yeah, it's complex stuff.
We've got a compelling case study from one of you listeners, actually, about their family's journey. It's filled with surprising twists and, frankly, some profound insights into how actions echo through time.
Absolutely. And our sources for this deep dive, they're really a rich tapestry. We've got personal stories, reflections on impact, and spiritual guidance connecting the dots, past, present, future.
Right. It gives us unique perspective on cause and effect.
Exactly.
So our mission today is to unpack these interconnected lives. We want to understand how deeply our actions affect, not just us, but those we love.
And how spiritual efforts, real dedicated efforts, can actually shift destinies.
Yeah. What lessons can we, listening in, draw from this specific family story? Okay, let's dive in.
Let's do it.
We begin with Ar-Pah. That's our listener's father. He was an industrious Chinese immigrant from the mainland.
Yeah.
A man with a real work ethic.
Selling all sorts. Coffee, groceries.
Beer, cigarettes, lottery tickets, everything.
Yeah.
But underneath that industrious surface, there was this profound addiction. Gambling.
Oh, yeah.
He'd pour all his earnings into it. Apparently, he played like a profession. That's the quote.
Wow. Like a profession. That's intense.
It wasn't just a hobby, though. It was incredibly destructive. This addiction led straight to rapid poverty. He became emaciated, often forgetting to eat, surviving mostly on Oolong, Thai iced coffee.
Just coffee. Goodness.
Yeah. And this intense fixation, it resulted in severe health problems, a perforated stomach, for one. And it frequently landed him in trouble with the police. The mother, May, was constantly having to bail him out.
What a strain on the family.
Totally. The family firmly believed they would have been much, much richer without his gambling. He apparently spent tens of thousands on the lottery. Monthly.
Tens of thousands. Monthly. That's staggering. Just poured away.
It paints a vivid picture, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Constant financial strain, emotional distress for everyone.
Yeah. But what's striking here, you mentioned, is Ar-Pah's fundamental good-heartedness. Despite the addiction, despite having, minimal grasp of Buddhist principles.
Right. He had his own belief system. He thought offering to monks is useless. Worshipping gods gets you fed.
Interesting take. So instead of traditional merit-making,
he donated hundreds of thousands to Chinese shrines. He genuinely believed these donations would bring positive results for him.
So sincerity was there, even if the understanding from a Buddhist perspective was maybe a bit off?
Seems like it. But his health, predictably, kept going downhill significantly. He smoked right up until age 70, developed emphysema.
Not surprising, sadly.
But then, at 70, gravely ill, something really significant happened, a shift. His daughter, our listener's sister, encouraged him to get involved in creating a Buddha image.
The Fanakan Dhammakaya Prajantua, a personal Dhammakaya image.
Exactly. Yeah. Believed to be a powerful focus for meditation, for merit. And remarkably, his condition improved almost immediately after this.
Wow, immediately.
Yeah. And he lived for another decade, made it to 80.
That is a powerful turning point. Just shows the potential impact of that kind of spiritual connection.
It really does.
And even at 80, when he fell gravely ill again, heart and lung disease this time, the children stepped up again, didn't they?
They did, continuously reminding him of merit, that positive karmic energy from wholesome actions.
Generosity, ethics, meditation. Yeah.
They showed him images of revered monks. And crucially, right before his very last breaths, he made a really substantial merit offering. 300,000 bon to sick monks.
300,000. Wow. And he felt pleased by it?
Yes, the sources say he felt pleased.
This late spiritual support, it seems, was incredibly impactful and shows how compassionate intervention can really change a person's final moments.
Absolutely. Changes the whole state of mind at a critical time.
Indeed. He passed away at 82. Now, just before his death, he experienced something called unwholesome kamanimitta. Ah, yes. Those visions at the point of death, reflecting past negative actions, often signaling, a difficult rebirth ahead.
Exactly. He saw disturbing images of himself smoking, gambling, pretty clear reflections of his life.
Yeah.
However, his children's constant efforts, reminding him of merit, apparently brought good thoughts to the surface. It improved his mental state right then.
That's key. The state of mind at death is so crucial.
And interestingly, he wrote some Chinese characters before dying that nobody could read.
Okay.
Turns out, these were visions too. Katinamita, they're called. Images or signs appearing at death, guiding consciousness to the next realm.
Right. And what were they?
Chinese-style buildings, hinting at where he was headed next.
Fascinating. Which leads directly to his immediate afterlife. So what happened right after he passed?
Well, in many spiritual traditions, those moments right after death are vital. And in this case, Ar-Pah became an Akachineva.
An Akaseva, a celestial being dwelling in the atmosphere, sort of between realms, not quite the higher heavens.
Right. He himself believed his new home was heaven, a specific celestial realm in his view. But crucially, he didn't circumambulate the Maha Dhammakaya Satya.
The big sacred stupa at the temple, which suggests maybe a lack of full, deep understanding of those specific practices, right?
Exactly. And this is where his children's merit just played a monumental role. Their constant dedication sending him positive energy.
All that accumulated positive karma from their practice.
It literally closed off the lower realms for Ar-Pah.
Wow. So it generated enough positive force to kind of override the negative results of his gambling.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It guided his consciousness to this celestial rebirth instead of, well, what could have been the gambling great hell. Ma Naraka Kumkan Panan.
A realm of really severe suffering specifically for destructive gambling. He avoided that entirely.
Entirely. And from his new celestial realm, Ar-Pah expressed immense happiness. He understood merit then, from his new perspective.
Yeah.
Had divine food, possessions.
All thanks to his kids' merit. That's extraordinary.
It really is. An extraordinary testament to family support, spiritually speaking. It shows that even deep-seated issues, addictions, past negative actions, they aren't necessarily absolute determinants, are they?
No, not when there's such a powerful outpouring of genuine, spiritually rooted effort from loved ones. It highlights that profound interconnectedness of family karma.
Definitely.
Precisely. It's a powerful illustration. While individual actions create karma, the collective merit of a family, especially children for their parents, can significantly influence the trajectory of one's afterlife. It's quite hopeful in a way.
It is. Okay, now let's move to May, our listener's mother. Her story adds another fascinating layer here. She was, in many ways, a stark contrast to Ar-Pah.
Right. Fundamentally good-hearted, diligent, responsible.
Yeah. Made merit regularly, offered food to monks, even donated land to help build a temple out in a rural area. Really quite virtuous.
Yet, despite all that virtue, her greatest sorrow was Ar-Pah's gambling. It caused her immense suffering.
And she also received continuous spiritual support from her daughter, right, encouraging her in merit-making, temple visits.
Yes, that support system was there for her too. But tragically, she developed uterine cancer and passed away pretty young, at 58.
Which brings up the big question, why? Why did such a virtuous woman face such profound challenges? The gambling husband, the severe illness, when she seemed to do so much good.
That's a crucial question, and the explanation lies in past life karma. According to the sources, Malley's uterine cancer stemmed from past karma of killing animals for food and also sexual misconduct.
Okay, so specific past actions leading to specific current results. What about the suffering from Ar-Pah's gambling?
Its roots lay in a past life where Mary, living as a man back then, associated with gambling friends. Now, she didn't gamble herself, but she cheered them on.
Cheered them on.
Yes. This act of rejoicing in others' unwholesome actions, it's called created the karmic link to her suffering in this life.
Wow. Just rejoicing or cheering them on created that link. That seems subtle but powerful.
It is. It's a profound principle in karma. It's not just about the physical acts we do. It's also about our mental intentions, our speech, even our approval or disapproval of what others do.
So when we actively condone or, cheer on negative stuff,
We're participating in the energy of that action, in a sense, like adding fuel to a fire. Even if you didn't light it yourself, you're contributing.
that really highlights the importance of being mindful, not just of what we do, but what we sort of support or even just condone in others.
Yeah.
Adds a whole layer of responsibility to our attitudes.
Exactly. It's about the subtle energies we align ourselves with.
Okay. But her story doesn't end with the suffering, right? What happened to May after she passed away?
Well, thanks again to that profound merit from her monk son and her temple-supporting daughter. That dedicated spiritual support was crucial for both parents.
Right.
May became a Yaka lineage celestial maiden. She was reborn in the Katumaharajika heaven.
Okay, that's one of the lower celestial planes, right?
Yeah.
But still a heavenly rebirth.
Yes, a specific type of celestial being there. And she gained her own small to medium-sized mansion.
Mansion in heaven.
Apparently. And without that specific substantial merit infusion from her children, the sources say she would have, at best, only reached the level of an Akasateva, like Ar-Pah initially did.
So their merit really elevated her potential rebirth significantly.
Immensely. And she, too, conveyed great happiness and gratitude for all the merit she received. Again, it just demonstrates the incredible power of that dedicated spiritual support from family.
What a beautiful outcome for her, really. It shows how good intentions and devoted practice, even when you're facing karmic debts from the past, could be wonderfully supported.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that even virtuous people might face challenges due to past actions, but consistent good deeds and the support of others' merit can profoundly shift their destinies.
It's not about, like, erasing karma, then.
Not exactly escaping it, no. It's more about accumulating new, powerful, positive karma that can mitigate, lessen the blow, or even redirect the flow of those previous negative results, building a stronger positive current.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, let's turn to our listener himself, the one who sent in this story. He feels his life is standing at a crossroads.
Right? Six song, thing song prang.
Right. A turning point or maybe a dilemma.
He describes having abundant love, which seems to have led him to have multiple wives, two main ones whom he says he loves dearly.
Okay.
Now, his first marriage, it started with some significant drama. When he fell in love and wanted to marry his first wife, Ar-Pah, the father, initially refused.
Why?
Because she was Thai, and apparently Ar-Pah disliked Thai daughters-in-law.
Ah, prejudice there.
Yeah. So the listener made some pretty extreme threats. He said he'd become a monk, or run away, or even commit suicide. Starvation, drowning, hanging, listed methods.
Wow, that's intense pressure. Did it work? It did. Ar-Pah changed his mind. But then he suggested something really odd, that the first wife should marry the listener's second son instead.
What? Why?
Citing the listener's not good-natured character versus the second son's supposedly good nature.
That's quite something. What does she say?
She refused, point blank. Said she only loved the listener.
Good for her.
So they married for love. But the listener admits, very candidly, that he caused her immense pain later on through his promiscuity, frequent partying.
Which led him to establish a second home.
Exactly, with the second wife.
Okay. This raises a huge question about the first wife, doesn't it? Her virtue sounds extraordinary.
It really does.
Yeah.
Despite her deep pain, she accepted the situation. She even sent money, 3,000 to 4,000 baht monthly, to support the second wife's household.
She sent money to the other wife. That's incredible generosity and acceptance.
Unbelievable, right? And she also cared exceptionally well for the listener's parents, Ar-Pah, M.A., and his siblings. Provided dedicated support to his monk brother and the temple helping sister, too.
She sounds like she possesses great inner virtue, hard to find, as the source says. Truly remarkable character.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, given all this complexity, the listener wants to know about his future karma, how to navigate this two-crossroads life.
Mm-hmm.
And critically, how can he seek forgiveness from Ar-Pah, his father, whom he made sad with those early threats, and never got to ask for forgiveness before he died?
Right. That's a heavy burden. But before we jump to the future and forgiveness for Ar-Pah, maybe we should touch on the karmic reason why he's at this crossroads in the first place. This abundant love leading to multiple partners.
Good point. Does the source material shed light on that?
It doesn't detail his specific past life for this tendency fully, but generally speaking, having abundant love combined with a pull towards multiple partners often stems from past lives. Perhaps lives where one had many companions or dealt with similar romantic complexities.
So it creates a kind of karmic predisposition, a pattern that plays out again now.
Exactly, leading to these situations involving multiple people. Now, addressing the future karma for having multiple wives. Even if his first wife, with her incredibly noble heart, forgives him completely.
Which seems possible, given her nature.
Right, but even then, there will still be residual karma, leftover consequences.
Okay. What kind?
In a future life, he's likely to be born into a family with a promiscuous father who also has multiple wives, and he himself will be the child of a minor wife.
Oh, wow. So he'll experience the other side of it, lacking the warmth and stability of the main household.
Precisely. However, because of her potential forgiveness, he likely won't be reborn as a woman, which is seen as a significant lessening of a potentially more difficult rebirth linked to this kind of karma.
I see. So her forgiveness mitigates it, but doesn't erase it.
Correct. And as for the first wife's suffering in this life, she too has some karma of sexual misconduct from a past life. That's why she encountered a promiscuous husband like him.
Ah, so there's a past life connection explaining why she drew this specific challenge.
Yes. While she is finishing old karma, basically experiencing the results of her past actions and working through them, the listener, unfortunately, is creating new karma with his current choices.
That's a stark contrast. She's completing a cycle, he's starting a new one. Seems like a really complex knot to untangle.
Yeah.
What's the path forward for him then? How does he start mitigating all this?
Okay, the advice is quite clear. First, and most immediately, seek forgiveness from his first wife. Now.
Just go to her.
Yes. Sincerely explain his mistakes, acknowledge the pain he's caused, and ask her genuinely not to hold any grudges. If she gives that forgiveness, his karma will be lightened. Significantly, but not entirely eliminated.
Okay, step 1. Heartfelt apology and a request for forgiveness. What else?
He must care for both families well, provide for them properly, but most importantly, he needs to cherish and uphold his first wife, recognize her incredible virtue. The source compares it to finding a mountain of gold in a diamond mine.
Wow. Really emphasize her value.
Absolutely. Now, for Ar-Pah, the father, since he's no longer in the human world, direct apology isn't possible in the same way.
Right. So what does he do?
He needs to dedicate merit to Ar-Pah frequently. Merit from giving, from upholding precepts, from meditation. Send that positive energy his way.
Okay, dedicating merit. Is that enough for forgiveness?
It helps Ar-Pah, but for the listener to truly seek forgiveness, there's another crucial step. He needs to practice meditation to attain the Dhammakaya body.
That advanced meditative state. The one that allows seeing other realms.
Exactly. To be able to actually visit Ar-Pah in his celestial realm and ask for forgiveness directly, face-to-face, so to speak, just like Kunyai, the revered founder of the temple, apparently did with her own father.
That's a very high bar. It requires serious spiritual attainment.
It does. It underscores that true resolution for these deep karmic issues often requires profound personal spiritual practice alongside making amends in the world.
And
Finally, he just needs to accumulate much merit in general, practice consistently, and prepare well for future existences to navigate the karmic repercussions he's currently building. It's a long-term project.
wow. That is an incredibly detailed and, frankly, demanding set of instructions. But it makes sense, given the complexity. It highlights that while forgiveness from others is powerful, resolving things deeply often needs that personal effort, that spiritual work.
Precisely. Taking responsibility, actively making amends in this life, and building a strong foundation of positive karma for whatever comes next.
Okay, let's shift focus slightly now to the siblings. They played such a crucial role in their parents' spiritual well-being, didn't they?
Absolutely. Pillars of merit for the family.
The listener's younger brother, before he became a monk, he was involved in a really severe car accident. The driver died.
Oh, dear.
And he himself was critically injured. Fractured cervical vertebra. The doctors warned that if his neck had been pulled incorrectly from the wreckage, he could have been in a permanent coma. Just devastating potential consequences.
That's terrifying. How did he recover?
Well, what's truly fascinating here is that in that critical state, he sought help from the revered teachers, Luangpur and Kunyai the founder, who was still alive then.
Turning to spiritual help in crisis.
Yes, and miraculously, his bones healed in just 3 months instead of the expected 1 year.
3 months instead of a year. For a fractured vertebra? That's astonishing. Doctors must have been amazed.
They were. Doctors, nurses, everyone. And he used this incredible experience. He shared widely about the power of merit and Kunyai's blessings. He even brought a busload of hospital staff to the temple.
Wow. Turning personal miracle into outreach. That's powerful.
And then he eventually ordained, became a monk, and has been one for 11 years now, dedicating his life.
A life transformed by that experience and the merit involved. What about the sister?
She's also been incredibly dedicated in Upasaka, a lay supporter at the temple for 15 years, even served as a fundraising coordinator, very involved.
So, both siblings deeply committed to the temple and merit making. Their past lives must shed some light on this dedication, right?
They do. It's quite illuminating. Both siblings were apparently soldiers for a king who later became a monk in a shared past life.
Soldiers for a future monk king. Okay.
The brother in that past life was a soldier who killed many enemies in battle. That violence, that killing, was the direct karma for his severe accident in this life.
The karmic cause of the accident. But what saved him?
His merit from ordination on a past life, and the merit from building perfections with that spiritual community back then. He had apparently followed the king immediately to ordain in that past life.
So past merit, especially from ordination, provided powerful protection in this life. That's a key takeaway.
Definitely. Now the sister, in that same past life as a soldier, she was apparently promiscuous.
Okay.
And she only ordained later in life. Eventually, she regretted not doing it sooner. She specifically aspired to build perfections more quickly in her next life.
So that past life explains things in this life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It explains her being born a woman in this life, often seen as a karmic result of past promiscuity or certain types of misconduct. But it also explains her earlier dedication to merit-making now. Her strong drive as a lay supporter, her fundraising role, it's fulfilling that past aspiration.
Trying to make up for lost time, in a sense, from that past life. Striving harder now.
Seems that way. It's remarkable how these past threads seem to explain their current experiences, their vocations, their challenges, and even their gender in this life.
It really paints a picture of long-term karmic continuity. Now, we've looked at the individuals, Ar-Pah, Mary, the listener, the siblings. What about the collective patterns, specifically for the listener and his first wife?
Right. What binds them together karmically beyond her past karma meeting his current actions?
Well, the source says the listener and his first wife were inconsistent supply lines in past lives.
What are you showing us?
Spiritual provisioners for the community.
Inconsistent supply lines, meaning
They made merit, they supported the spiritual community, but sporadically, not continuously, not always steady, on again, off again, perhaps.
okay, so what's the message for them, and maybe for all of them, listener, wife, siblings, moving forward?
The overarching message is the critical importance of full and consistent merit-making in this life. Really sticking with it, coupled with the aspiration to be a special disciple within the community.
So consistency is key, building that strong, steady, positive karmic foundation.
Exactly. It makes one less susceptible to fluctuations, negative karmic results popping up, and it supports higher spiritual goals. Full effort, consistently applied.
This whole deep dive, it's really laid bare this intricate tapestry, hasn't it? Karma, choices, the impact across generations.
It really has.
We saw how Appa's choices led to so much suffering, but then how his children's selfless acts of merit literally changed his afterlife. From potential hell to a celestial realm.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Monumental. And we saw May's devotion, but also the karmic roots of her suffering, which were also transformed by her children's dedication. Their merit uplifted both parents.
And for you, our listener who shared this case study just underscores the power of conscious choice and the weight of our intentions.
Absolutely. The first wife's incredible virtue and potential forgiveness offer a path to lighten the karma, definitely. Yet, the long shadow of past actions and the new ones being created right now, it requires such diligent effort, doesn't it?
It really does. And the sibling stories remind us that consistent merit-making, stretching back even into past lives, can bring miraculous protection. It shapes the whole spiritual journey.
Yeah, consistency seems to be a major theme here.
So, as you reflect on your own life, your own crossroads, maybe consider this. What single action, what pattern in your daily life might be shaping not just your present, but potentially generations of your future, or even the afterlife of people you really care about? This deep dive really shows us that every choice echoes. And perhaps the greatest gift we can give ourselves and our loved ones is often rooted in that spiritual wisdom, that consistent virtue.
Something to definitely ponder as you navigate your own path.